In this video, I'll be showing you how to pull 6 different type of motivated seller lists from Propstream. If you are new to my channel, I am the Pretty Girl Investor. I'm a real estate investor who uses the exit strategy of wholesaling real estate. And this is where I teach other investors how to get started wholesaling as well. So if you could, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so you'll be the first one to be notified when videos drop like these. So if you don't have Propstream or don't know what Propstream is an all-in-one database that allows you to pull small and large amount of lists. Not only that, but you can skip trace, send postcards, mail drop. So if you do want to try Propstream out, I will provide a link down below where you can just try it for 7 days and enjoy the 7-day free trial. And if you don't like it, you can cancel it within that 7 days. And just get a feel out for the system. Skip tracing on this software is 12 cents right now, so that is a very good price compared to other skip tracing softwares. So I would definitely take advantage of that. You guys, the very first motivated seller list that I want to talk about is a driving for dollars list. So a driving for dollars list is a list that you put together yourself. You actually drove on the street or virtually drove for dollars, and you found these specific sellers yourself to target. I think this is the perfect motivated seller list. You uniquely created this list on your own. Nobody else has this list but you. And for this reason, I would definitely rank a driving for dollars list as my #1. Propstream also has the driving for dollars app. So once you sign up, you can also download Propstream to your phone and pull up the driving for dollars feature while you're out on the roads, and it will track all of that for you. So when you get home, it will already have your leads that you found out while you were driving for dollars. You can go ahead and export it into your computer and begin skip tracing it. The next list that we're going to get into is a tired landlord list. So let's come over here and we're going to pick a market. So I usually go for Charlotte, but I'm going to pick Atlanta, Georgia this time. I'm going to pick Atlanta, Georgia as our market this time. And as you see, it already gives us a drop down of 31,000 properties. And we don't want to pull a big list like that. We want to kind of narrow it down. So we're going to go for the tired landlord list. So we're just going to click filter right here. The quick list choices you can pick from here and just click tired landlords. But I don't want to do that this time. I want to kind of just filter it in myself. So where it says owner occupied, tired landlords, they aren't usually living in their properties. So we want to just go ahead and click no. We don't want the owner to be occupied. Occupancy status, we're going to click vacant. It's better when there are no tenants living in the property. Or you can click any, and if you just click any, that just means like you would prefer tenants that are staying in the home. But in this case, I don't want any tenants staying there. Property characteristics, we're going to choose residential. So what we're trying to do is just narrow down our search because we don't want a big broad list like the ones we saw before. So right now it's at 4,000. And that's still pretty big, so we want to kind of keep filtering it out. Come back over here to property characteristics. Under property type, we're going to choose single family, multifamily, 5 or more. If your buyers are interested in condos and townhouses, you would click this. So we'll just click condos and townhouses for Atlanta. And we want to come down. And we want to choose year built before. We're going to put 2000. Okay, so we're going to come down to ownership info. And we're going to go to owner type. And I would prefer these tired landlords to be individual owners and not corporations or trusts. And I want them to have owned for at least, I click 5. And let's just see what our numbers are. Okay. So what happens if we click, we're at 400 right now. Years owned 2, the number 2. And that brought us down even lower. We're going to click 5. We want them to have owned for 5 or more years. That seems like a tired landlord to me. So So number of properties owned, we're going to come down here and click 2 as the minimum. And then we're going to come out. And here's our list. If you want to narrow it down some more, what you would do is go back to filter, ownership info, go back to number of properties owned, and you can make 2 as the max if you want a smaller list. And then it brought us down to 294. And that's how we would pull our entire landlord list. We would just click the unique properties, which it would select all of them. We would add it to our list. And where it says Atlanta, Georgia, we would create a new list. Atlanta tired landlord. And we would save it. So we're going to come up to filters. And for the absentee owner list, we're going to go ahead and click no for owner occupied. We don't want the owner to be occupying these homes. For our occupancy status, you can go ahead and keep it at any if you wouldn't mind tenants staying in the home, or you can go ahead and click vacant for vacant absentee owners. But like I said, if you aren't doing a vacant absentee owner list, you can just leave it at any, but these would be more like rentals. So we're going to go ahead with vacant. Under property characteristics, we want it to be residential. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I know my buyers are purchasing, residential property. So I'm going to click residential. Under property types, single families, multi-families, and then I'm going to click on condos. I'm going to scroll down and click on ownership info. Ownership 7 years or more. So we're going to pick a minimum of 7 years that they've owned these properties. Ownership type, I'm looking for individual owners, no LLCs, no trust, just regular people. And I say this only because that's just what I prefer. However, there are individual owners who own LLCs. Number of properties owned, I'm going to go ahead and click 10 or more and see what our filter button is looking at. So, okay, it brought it down significantly to 91 properties. So we're just going to take that out because I want my list to be a little bigger. Absentee owner location. You can choose local, out of state, or out of the county. I would prefer my absentee owners to be out of state. So we're going to choose that. And we're also going to come down here and click on include unknown sale dates. And that just means they don't know when the last time this property has sold. So we're going to click that button. That brought us up to 155. You can also scroll down to equity if you want your list to be a little smaller. However, I think this list is okay, but you can also put the percentage of equity you would want the property to have. So in this case, I clicked on 50 and then it gave me 8 properties. So I don't want to put that in here because then we won't have a list. So we'll take that out. And that just leaves us with 155 properties, which is good. I like small lists like these. We will add it to list and then we would create our own and then we will save it. So the next list that we're going to be talking about is an Expire MLS listing list. So these are properties that have sat on the market like Zillow and Redfin and they did not sell. So we're going to be targeting these lists. We already know that they were motivated at some point. We just don't know why their property didn't sell. Sometimes they want too much for it. Sometimes the home is in too bad of a condition that just nobody wants it. So let's go ahead and click reset. So where it says owner occupied and occupancy status, we're going to leave it at any. But if you want to click on vacant, you can. That's just not my preference. It's not really a big deal right now. So let's go down to property characteristics. In this case, I'm going to be clicking on residential. The property types that I'm looking for is single family, condos, townhouses, and multifamily. Okay, so scroll down to where it says year built. We want to click 2015. We just type that in because we don't want any really newer built houses. And come on down to MLS status. We're looking for failed listings. So where it says on market, we're going to choose no. MLS status. We want failed listings only. So that's what we're going to be clicking. If we come down to days on market, we want a minimum of 60 days on the market. So we know that it sat on the market for 60 days and nobody touched it. Sometimes it's because they wanted too much for the property, and sometimes it's because it was just in such of a bad condition where nobody wanted to touch it. Where it says listed below market price, we're going to choose yes and come down here to ownership info. But before we get into that, we want to see what our list is looking like. We still have 2,000 properties, and we want to kind of minimize that a little bit. Under ownership info, we're going to click individual under owner type and a minimum of 5 years of ownership. Let's go back to filters under equity and put at least 50% equity into the property. So that gives us 177 properties to choose from. So we're going to click add to list, create you a new list, and then you're going to save it. So the very next list that we're going to be talking about is a pre-probate list, and I'll be showing you guys how to filter that. We're going to come over here to filter. Under quick list choices, we're going to choose pre-probate. So it already generates this pre-probate list for us. Under property characteristics, residential, click on the property types. We're going to click on ownership info. Years of ownership, have owned the property for 10 years or more. Want it to be an individual who has owned this property. And then let's take a look at our list. 358. You can keep it as is, or if you want to kind of narrow it down some more, we can go ahead and put equity into the home. No more than 50%. And see what we have, which is 43. That list is kind of small, so I'm going to take out the equity. And leave it at 358. Check all of the properties, add them to your list, and then you're going to create a new list, and then you're going to save it. So in this video, I just showed you guys how to pull 6 different type of motivated seller lists using Propstream. And if you don't already have Propstream or thinking about getting it, you want to try it, go ahead and click that link. It will give you a 7-day free trial. And if you guys know someone that can benefit from this video, if this video also provided value, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. If you all have any questions regarding how to pull lists or anything at all that you want me to cover, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And I will see you guys in my next video.